You're holding the winning ticket, $10 million. You cry, you laugh, you buy a solid hot tub for your dog. 6 months later, how will you feel? A. Way happier. B. A bit happier. Or C. About the same. Hold that thought, we come back to this shortly. It seems obvious at first. The lottery dream is a no-brainer. But dig deeper and it reveals a mental trap. Our brain loves shortcuts. They're fast and convenient, but they often trip us up. And most of the time, we don't even notice. The good news, once you spot these traps, you can actually use them to your advantage. That's why I created this series, inspired by The Art of Thinking Clearly by Rolf Dobelli. In each episode, we uncover a hidden bias and show you how to outsmart it. And if you haven't met yet, hi, I'm Wietse. I'm a business consultant and AI specialist. On this channel, we explore how psychology and economics shape everyday thinking and try to make you feel slightly better about your own financial chaos. Now, let's return to that $10 million jackpot. This puzzle is all about something called the Hedonic Treadmill. It's a funny name because it's actually a pretty simple idea. The Hedonic Treadmill is the reason why we quickly get used to good or bad changes in life. After a while, the excitement of new things fades and we go back to our usual level of happiness. So if you chose C, you were spot on. Studies show that lottery winners aren't any happier 6 months later than they were before winning. That's because our brains adapt surprisingly fast. After a short high, we start thinking, what's next? And we chase another boost, always running but not getting any further ahead, like running on a treadmill. Except with more debt and fewer health benefits. The Hedonic Treadmill creates a devastating trap for investors that systematically destroys wealth. Here's how it works. When you score that 10% return, the initial thrill quickly fades. What felt exciting yesterday becomes your new baseline expectation today. This psychological adaptation drives a relentless hunger for bigger and bigger gains. The pattern is predictable and destructive. Investors start with conservative, sensible investments. But as each win loses its shine, they escalate their risk-taking. Safe bonds become growth stocks. Growth stocks become speculative plays. Speculative plays become options trading. Options become crypto gambling. And eventually, you're explaining Dogecoin to your in-laws over Christmas dinner. Each step promises the next dopamine hit that will finally satisfy them. But satisfaction never comes. The treadmill keeps spinning faster. What looks like ambition is actually wealth destruction. The obsession with ever greater returns drives increasingly risky decisions, chasing an endless, unattainable sense of enough. The good news is, knowing about the Hedonic Treadmill can help you break free. To do so, establish clear enough targets. And no, buying a private island with a built-in Starbucks doesn't count. Decide in advance what would satisfy you and stick to more conservative strategies once you reach it. Don't constantly chase the next achievement. The dot-com bubble is a clear example of how emotions can inflate markets far beyond reality. In the 1990s, the internet was something new and exciting. Companies like Yahoo and Amazon showed how this technology could change the world. At first, investors were right to be excited, but soon that excitement turned into a craze. People started buying any company with .com in the name, even if it had no real business plan. Stock prices soared on hype alone, creating a sense that the boom would never end. Some people quit their jobs to trade stocks full-time, because nothing says job security like betting your rent on pets.com. Others borrowed money to buy more shares. It felt like easy money, until it wasn't. In 2000, the bubble burst. The tech-heavy Nasdaq lost nearly 80% in 2 years. Many investors lost big and felt confused and ashamed. The Hedonic Treadmill is sneaky. It whispers that it will make you happy. More money, more returns, more wins. But as we've seen, that endless chase often leads to stress, poor decisions and financial regrets. Also known as Monday mornings in financial form. The truth is, happiness doesn't scale with your portfolio. Once your basic needs and a few comforts are covered, more money and surprisingly little joy. So, what's the takeaway? Don't let your brain's craving for novelty and excitement run your portfolio. Instead, step off the treadmill. Define your enough, stick to your plan, and focus on consistency over thrill. That's how you protect your wealth and your well-being. And with that, we've reached the end. If you found it interesting and want to see more videos like this, you might consider subscribing. Thanks for watching and see you next time.